What up, survivors? Welcome to D180, the horror movie podcast, taking you on a ride. Thanks for linking up with us. I'm AJ.
And I'm Janae.
And you know what? I almost thought Camp 180 was over. It's like at that weird part in July. It's because July has like 5 weeks in it. And I knew this going into it. Obviously, I scheduled the month, but
I'll go home now.
I don't want to go home. I ain't gonna say all that. It's just everything's pretty mundane at the point, you know.
It reminds me of that time, like you're on vacation, you're there for a week, you get to about like the fifth day, and you're like, all right,
You know, it's like one more big thing you get, but this is just like the mid part where you just like, I've gotten used to everything. I've gotten in my flow. Like I'm just.
I feel it. I feel it.
I mean, if you haven't looked up at the title on your screen, we're talking about Ruin Me 2017. Actually, you know what? This, be very honest with you, this movie got a few release dates. Like if you look on some places, they say 2017. What I'm willing to bet happened is it came out in 2017, right? Had a festival run. Then Shudder picked it up, released it in 2019. And here we are. But I'm going to write 2017.
Yeah,
On
everything
everything
else
else.
is 2017, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's what we going with today. I don't even, girl. You know what? How the are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, girl. I don't know. I think it's just I'm not about to go in. Y'all don't think I'm about to go in this movie. I'm not. I'm not. But all I'm saying is, I knew it. If you haven't seen it, y'all, it's actually on Shudder, and you can watch the regular version or you can watch the version with the commentary. Isn't that so nice of them? Wasn't that so nice of me?
Definitely watch the normal version first before you watch the commentary, because literally all it is commentary over the whole entire thing. Like that's it.
Donay, that's what a commentary is.
Oh shit.
Sweetheart, you ain't never watched the commentary?
No, I haven't. Leave me alone.
Wait. Wait, I'm genuinely dying right now because no. He was dead ass serious. It was. Can you please? What did you think it was?
I had a blonde moment. Leave me alone.
Oh no, girl. I'm gonna tell you this. I actually personally, not all, but I do enjoy watching some commentaries. I just recently watched, y'all know it's one of my favorite franchises, even though it's the same story all over and over again, except that fucking last one. But The Rage Carrie 2, I have it on DVD. And I decided to watch the film commentary, and it was a good time. Oh, you know who I really like? They commentaries, Wes Craven. No surprise there, but yeah. What about you? What you been watching? You told me you've been watching since first of all, y'all. Somebody got a Shudder subscription.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
random.
look who we turning out. I said, oh,
because I was looking. Okay, so remember last week on our episode, I was saying that I was trying to find Sleepaway Camp. Well, 2 and 3. And so I think 2 and 3 were supposed to be on Shudder, but
they were. They gone.
Right. But here's the thing. They tricked me into getting the subscription.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was on there. And then when I get on there, it was not there. So I was like,
what? I noticed, okay, Shudder, I'm not hating because, you know, if y'all want to sponsor the kids up in the park, y'all can. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes when we be online, y'all be saying y'all be having stuff and y'all don't. And I don't like that.
I didn't like that because
I'm gonna tell you that right now. I be clicking because I love me a doom doom. I love it, and I get on there, and you ain't giving what you told me you had on the Google. Well, what else have you been watching though besides what we're about to talk about?
So I watched Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3.
You did? You actually watched them?
Yes, I watched both of them.
Oh my goodness! So now I can do those references, and you'll know what y'all. I don't know how long y'all survivors been here, but if y'all been here from day one, y'all remember the days when I used to say horror references and Johnny would have no freaking idea what the hell I was talking about. You know, a character in this movie has this moment, and I felt the same exact way then when she ain't get it, because I was just like, what? How don't you? Okay, sis, whatever. But
Yeah, I watched two and
See,
three.
now I can say, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, them songs gotta go.
See
Mm-mm.
now, but see now you know what Trey and I were talking about when we said like it takes a turn, but it fits though. It depends on what you like too. Like I can see it, if you didn't like it, I'm not gonna be mad. It's one of my favorite franchises, but it's one of those things where y'all also have to look at me as the person who also likes A Nightmare on Elm Street and Child's Play franchise, and y'all know those take turns. So with Sleepaway Camp, it was like that turn. At first, I was like, and then I was like, oh, I kind of like this. I really don't think Felissa would have fit that kind of Angela. I just don't think, she would have. So Miss Thing did her thing. Miss Pamela.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Like, I mean, it was cool. It reminded me of like, your Lifetime TV movies a little bit, but with, a whole bunch of blood.
Oh no, not
But
Lifetime. No, that is disrespectful.
I
Not
mean,
Lifetime. You could have at least been proper, some culture, and said MTV. I would have been fine with that because that's exactly what it is. But
okay,
Lifetime,
MTV, fine. Mikey was Lifetime, MTV.
I would. Wow, Mikey, you're gonna give Mikey Lifetime?
Mikey, what?
Wow,
No, Ashley, we even said that. How the movie started off, Mikey was
we
definitely
did.
giving
No,
Lifetime.
no. We said USA Network. We said USA.
I swore we said Lifetime. It was
I
giving
don't know. I
Lifetime.
mean, I don't know. Somebody go back and tell us what we said because I'm not. I might though, because that Mikey episode was lit though. I don't know. I've been thinking about that.
I
But
love Mikey.
listen, I'm just saying. USA Network was more of that little Western Mikey. Oh, maybe that was the good son that we said that.
Nah, the good son was just straight up. We didn't say the good. We didn't say that good son had any like off-brand
Vibe. Yeah.
vibe. It was more Mikey because Mikey definitely with the how their acting was.
They was in Arizona,
It was
wherever they
given
was. They was somewhere
Lifetime.
hot. Yeah. Can I watch the fishies?
I love him.
Die.
So I watched Fear Street Part 2.
Did you like it? Did you like this one more than the first one?
I did like this one more than the first one.
I was okay, y'all. Look, I have to get it out because clearly, if y'all follow us on D180 Podcast on IG, because I'm still tweeting. I just be on my personal Tweeter. Here I am. Who am I? From Bones, little Eddie Mac, little pink tweeter. I've just been standing my girl Ziggy. I loved it. All right, that's enough. Just keep a lookout, survivors. So I just gave you a hint. So there you go.
Then another one I watched today actually is American Horror Stories. Not stories, the
I
spinoff.
want to watch that, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to.
So
Mr. Ryan Murphy.
it's
I
more
don't
of an
know.
anthology.
I mean, I know that, but I'm just like, I still don't know if you're not selling me. Not you, but they're not
Oh,
selling me,
yeah, because they don't give anything away in their trailers.
which is fine. But I'm just like,
I think
I
you
don't
should.
know.
I
I'm
think
gonna
you
have to
should.
hear five of y'all tell me.
All I'm gonna say is I think you should watch the first one. Only one dropped today, so I think you should just watch. Just watch the first one and then decide if you want to continue or not.
I could do that because I seen it. It was on my, like at this point, Alexa be like, I hate this bitch. Let me just suggest some horror because
Yeah,
that's all
because it
this bitch
popped up
gonna
on
do.
Hulu.
Yeah, it popped up on all my little fire stick in the beginning. It popped up on
Yep.
all of that. It was like, say Alexa play da 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 da. I was like, no.
Yeah. So Paris Jackson is in this first episode.
Wait a minute.
Um,
Hold up. Paris?
yes, Paris
As
Jackson.
in the 219 Michael Jackson
Yes.
child?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm definitely about to watch it now. You just told me. That's all you had to say.
That's why I put it as a note.
That is all you
I
had
put
to
it
say.
as a note saying Paris Jackson. So I put it in my notes from what I watched. I was like, okay, Paris Jackson. So yes, that's all I'm gonna say. Paris Jackson is in this episode. Yeah. But
Y'all
definitely
and
watch
also,
it.
I'm gonna say this. Y'all gonna leave them goddamn kids alone. Leave them alone, okay? It, y'all heard the song. It don't matter if you black or white. Leave them goddamn kids alone. Y'all do way too much when it comes to kids, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
People are weird. All right. So let me know how you like that one.
I will.
Also, Loki had the finale, and I am I cannot contain myself. I'm freaking out.
Mister, first of all, did you see that tweet that was like, so you mean to tell me the whole time the TVA was a black-owned business?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's for real. For real. And then I'm just like, what a perfect segue into the multiverse. Like,
Exactly. That's why I was so excited.
like when I seen those timelines starting to branch out, I said, oh, damn, Sylvie, you done caused Marvel
Like
99 problems.
I was mad at her. I was very mad at her, but I
Yes,
knew
I'm
that
like,
it
why
had
you
to
just saying
happen.
chill? I knew that, but I'm just like, we couldn't find another way to make me
Right.
not mad at her though.
Right.
Because
So I was pissed. Pissed. And then you probably sent Loki to another fucking timeline.
and I'm also pissed that I did not see Mobius on a goddamn jet ski.
Maybe you'll see him in season 2. I'm excited because I was not expecting him to be at the end of Loki. I screamed when that elevator opened.
Mm.
I screamed. I was like, listen, boo, they done knocked you out with Lovecraft Country, but you getting this Marvel bag, okay? And
Yeah,
like I knew the multiverse was coming, but I just it's just so
seeing
exciting.
how they do it is still
Yes.
the thrill.
I also watched a show on Netflix called Sex Life, and then I finished out Jocelyn's Cabaret, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay. Yes, because we, you know what? We're gonna fulfill these park recommendations. How about that?
Okay.
I can't get over. Okay, I'm gonna quit. The Survivors. If you enjoyed this movie, or if you're just looking for something similar to this movie, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm going to recommend, and this is for my OGs. Y'all know this movie is a time. Go ahead and find April Fool's Day. I really like this movie. I dig it. Obviously, it's centered around April Fool's Day, but it's a good time. I want to say it came out, I know it's in the 80s, but for some reason, 87 is popping out in my head, but I feel like it's an 84 movie, but I don't know right now. And it might be 89. Who freaking knows? I can't call it right now. I ain't right it. So if you want something a little more similar that plays games with you, then I would recommend David Fincher's The Game. And those have been your park recommendations. I'm going to be honest with you and all the survivors. Y'all know I do the list for all the movies. I do all that. Yep. This movie actually slid on this list. So it's a long story, and I'm not going to indulge in it because I'm actually ashamed of it, but it's okay.
Ooh, child.
Yeah. It was an accident. Like, I just did not double check, did not pay attention after some things hit the fan, and just left it there. It's perfectly fine. Survivors, don't worry about it. I got this. But it worked because, we were already talking about game shows this week, so might as well just keep it in mind. And I mean, although it's not fully a camp, it still has camp elements. So it's fine. It's fine. If you guys haven't listened to that Killer Camp episode, y'all can go back. Actually, if you haven't watched Killer Camp yet, I mean, we've been talked about it.
Yes.
Is what's in. So I mean, what were you doing? It's on the CW app, and I know y'all know I be talking shit about CW, but go ahead, just do it, and then go back and listen to that episode because we was being nice. Little bonus episode for y'all. Y'all know when have we ever gave y'all a bonus episode?
Never.
Never. So I mean, and you got hinted at another one. So I mean, go watch it. Go watch it. You can't watch that. Go listen to it. I mean, if we see y'all like the mini-sodes, we can do more mini-sodes and maybe other things. So, But yeah, that's how I found this movie, girl. It was an accident.
Yeah.
And I mean, you found this by me. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as the flames go around you. All right. So this movie was directed by Preston DeFrancis, produced by Rebecca G. Stone, and written by Trista A. Bissett and Preston DeFrancis. So none of these actors I have ever seen in my life. So we're just going to go ahead and
Child, just
Dumbest.
name them. Just give them their time.
Marcian Dwyer as Alex, I said that wrong. Matt Delapina as Nathan, Chris Hill as Larry, Eva Hamilton as Marina, John Odom as Pitch, Sam Ashdown as Jared, Cameron Gordon as Tim, Rocky Rector as the host, and then Tom Harriman as the hobo.
Like we couldn't at least let him be the harbinger. I don't fucking know. It don't matter.
Yeah, he was a
Um,
hobo. I said creepy man throughout the movie, but
that's
he's really a
fine.
hobo.
Yeah, because I'm like, he wasn't giving me hobo, but I mean, I
Yeah, he
guess.
wasn't given hobo. Um, so the only behind the scenes spoiler fact that I have for this movie is that it was shot in 15 days.
I mean, that's not too much of a spoiler, but I mean, that doesn't beat. What movie is that? What, the Blair Witch? Was that shot in 8 days? One of them movies was shot in 8 days, but listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. So, guys, this movie came out 2017, whenever. And at that point, we were getting a lot of movies that kind of played around like real life things. Like obviously in 2019 and last week Escape Room just dropped. You know how this movie deals with like the immersive experience? Obviously it's like it's not a reality show, but it's like a immersive experience, like I said. So I found this one that apparently this is kind of based off and it's called McCamey Manor. Or this place that I read about. It's a non-profit haunted house attraction. And the thing about it is you have to take a physical, a drug test, like a mental stability test, which that's not what it's called, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. You have to take all these tests before you take it, right? Tell me why. Tell me why. Nobody has made it through this thing.
Wait, what?
Nobody has made it through this thing. I'll link it for y'all in the show notes so y'all can check out the website yourself. But mm-mm, nobody has ever made it through the maze. And it has like I'll link it for y'all so y'all can see. But like see when you tell me stuff like that, I'm tempted to like do it because I ain't no punk. A little bit, but I ain't no punk. But there's one, I don't know if it's in Indiana. It might be because Indiana just, in my opinion, has the best haunted houses because we in the Midwest. But there's this one haunted house. It's like it's a couple floors high, maybe 10. That sound right. 10 floors, right? You go up the floors, and I feel like on the fourth floor, it drops you back to the first floor, and you have to do that all over. And I think only a small handful of people have made it to the 10th floor.
Wow.
I would do something like that. Like I am down. Like, well, obviously, y'all know I like haunted houses, but I think my only hang up would be like if it's a overnight thing, like how they're doing this is like a whole 36-hour experience. I don't know.
So
Like I
that
don't
makes
know. I'll
me
have to do some research.
so that makes me think of this experience that doesn't exist anymore because I've been trying to find it since I heard about it. It's called Survive Jason. And it's kind of like the same premise of this experience that they do in this movie, where you and your friends go, it's like kind of like escape room, but not really. It's like
Right.
you and your friends go, there's 8 players and you can team up against Jason or you can try surviving solo. You'll be able to use one weapon to defend yourself, one weapon at a
Mm-hmm.
time to defend yourself against Jason. And if your game goes into overtime, then your play area to defend yourself gets smaller.
Oh no.
Right.
I don't know about that one. But survivors, if y'all have done any immersive experiences or have heard of any, hit us up on our IG or hit us up on our Twitter and let us know so we could check them out too and tell us how they work. Cause I just, some of the things that happen in this movie, I'm just like, I wonder would I've been able to figure this out or would I have done this way, amongst other things that people can talk about. But I just wonder about that.
Yeah,
But
I don't think I'd be able to figure it out because the survive Jason is pretty much the same thing. You have to, even though your play area gets smaller, you still have to solve puzzles and make it to the escape point before time runs out. So it's a little creepy. Actually, now that I think about it, if we did the Saw escape room, do you think we would have survived?
okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Yes. Also, well, I mean, okay, it wasn't like we had a large group that was gonna go, but with the group that I imagine that we would have had, probably, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but it probably would have been me that figured something out.
They did the same thing in this movie. Like you have immersive actors who are in there like taunting you. It's not like
Yeah,
other escape rooms where
where
you're
it's
just
just
in
y'all.
there. Yeah, where it's just y'all and y'all have the set clues and you're figuring out. No, there's actors in here fucking with y'all. So it's kind of like Saw for real. Like,
It depends on how they messing with me. If like they like part of this, like this experience, how like they're befriending us and we think that they're in this with us, I still probably
nah,
wouldn't listen to them because
not
I just
befriending
listen to
you.
myself. But if they're like messing with me, then that's different. I just would have to just, take that with a grain of salt and just know like they can't hurt me, or at least
Or
I would
can
think.
they?
Right, exactly. You know what? Let's talk about it. Why don't we test our fate out in the queue line?
Okie dokies.
We be right there.
Howdy, survivors. Please keep your tips and limbs inside the vehicle and remain seated at all times. Hang on to your personal belongings, especially your minds and spines. 'Cause this here's a wild ride.
The last episode, I let you pick. We're gonna do the other one that you didn't pick.
I was thinking about that. I was like, I wonder. I just feel like I would be a good camp counselor. I mean, look at the material. We're gonna
We'll
find out,
see.
I guess.
Oh, wait, we will see. All right. So first things first. Could you handle managing a cabin full of children 24/7? The answers that you can choose from is hell yeah, I love kids, or what a nightmare, I couldn't do it.
Between those two is the first one, duh.
What would you do if one of your campers took a dump in the pool? Number one, just leave it for someone else to deal with. Number two, have the camper clean it themselves. It's their mess. Number three, it's so gross, but you'll clean it. Or four, tell your boss and have the pool closed.
First of all, they why? Why would you do that? What was the reason? You gonna pick that up? Oh, that's what he left. He's going to pick that up.
All right, it's your night off for the week. How are you going to spend it? Go to
I'm
sleep
going to go
early?
find Mel.
Oh gosh.
That dinner he promised me.
Oh my God. Go to sleep early, party all night, catch up on all of the new songs and TV shows you've missed and take a nice hot shower, or skip the night off, no rest for the best counselor.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this might dock me some points a little bit. If the party jumping, I'm going.
Okay, party all night.
I mean, I'm just saying I'm off, so I will.
You are sound asleep. It's 1 a.m. and you suddenly find yourself awake to the cries of one of your campers. What do? You're too comfy to deal with this, pretend you don't hear it. Console your camper until they feel better. Tell them to be quiet, everyone is trying to sleep. Have your co-counselor deal with it.
I am here for you, honey. I'm gonna console them, duh.
All right, it's time to shower. What's the first thing you make sure that you and your campers grab? Flip-flops, shampoo and conditioner, face wash, body wash.
Flip-flops. Are you kidding me? Definitely flip-flops. I know we need body wash, but it's just something about those floors touching my feet, and we ain't with it. We not doing that.
Right. After a long day, you and your campers get back to the cabin. You do a head count and notice a rancid stench coming from one particular camper who has not showered for weeks. What do? A. Stop in the midst of your head count and tell the camper to shower ASAP. B. Pull the camper aside after the head count and preach to them about basic hygiene and tell them to shower. 3. Make a general announcement to the campers about the importance of taking showers, or 4, offer the campers some perfume.
Well, first of all, if any of y'all pick 4, you're idiots, and I'm just being real. Why would you set them up like that? Don't do that. More than likely, because if it was me, I think I would definitely want somebody to tell me. So it would definitely be B, and it probably wouldn't be preaching, but B, because I'm not about to have you out here like that. Kids are mean.
Exactly.
So I ain't about to have you out here like that, boo.
Can you make a nice friendship bracelet? A, I practically invented friendship bracelets, or B, friendship bracelets. What are those?
I wish y'all would have seen my face when she asked this question. Clearly she knows. And some of y'all know I make bracelets all damn day. And waist beads and other things. So, hey.
Your campers don't seem to be getting along. What do you do to resolve this? Ask to switch cabins with another counselor. Bring on the team building activities. Conduct a lecture on friendship. Or try to divert your campers' attention to something other than conflict.
Ooh. It's because I like the way these sound, but that does not solve anything at the end of the day, you know? So I'm going to have to go with B.
One of your campers complains in the mess hall that they have some sort of ailment. What do? Tell them to drink water, pretend like you can't hear them, send them to the nurse, or let your co-counselor deal with them.
For some reason, the black mama response is, I
Tell
want to say drink water.
Let's drink some water.
Just drink some water, because you don't need to go see the nurse. I mean, I don't know, because they might really be something wrong with them. And I feel like if I say go to the nurse and they go, I mean, shit, if they want to fucking go, then they could, if you want to go, go. Yeah, I'm not going to pull the black mama card. I'm not a mom, guys, but I'm not going to pull that card. I'm going to say go to the nurse.
One of your campers snuck their phone into the cabin and is under the covers watching a movie. What do? Seize the moment and host a secret movie night for the camper with the camper's phone. Take away their phone. Just let them use the phone, or scold the camper for having their phone.
Nigga, we all about to watch. What is you watching? We about to shut up. We about to board the windows. We about to huddle in the whichever corner ain't gonna attract the most attention. We all finna watch. What you mean? You got service out here? Yeah, we finna watch.
And finally, can you memorize and slay countless numbers of repeat after me songs? Yeah, repeat after me songs are my second language. Or no, I hate those.
Are we kidding me? Do y'all know who I am? Do y'all know who I work with? Like, come on. What? Anytime a movie has a song, who's the one singing it? I know the Creep song, for God's sakes. I know Peach Fuzz. I'm a really, really good friend. Like, come on. Don't play me. A me.
Congrats, you survived the summer and managed to be the cool counselor.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but are you surprised? Like, come on. Like, okay, I'm a Libra. We do this. Literally do this. Did you take the quiz?
I did, and I got the same answer. Now, our answers were different for some of them, but ultimately,
yeah,
got the same conclusion.
Right. I'm ready to get into this one. When we come back, we'll be talking 2017's Ruin Me.
Welcome to Slasher Sleepout. For the next 36 hours, you'll be ruined.
Will be what?
Ruined.
Oh, I don't really watch horror films.
And yet you are here at the ultimate horror movie experience. She's a really good girlfriend.
Am I gonna survive this?
Alex, this will be nothing after what you've gone through.
Slasher Sleepout!
This must be the starting point.
I think we're actually in the middle of nowhere.
Didn't you read the directive?
It's part haunted house, part scavenger hunt, but we don't have to worry about it. We're just here to have fun.
Good luck with that.
That guy could be a haunted house actor.
Go!
Is this supposed to be part of it?
Or he could be a deranged killer who just happened to wander into our campsite.
Do you think it was an accident?
We all signed waivers.
Oh no, the ride's broken. We're all gonna die. Ah!
What happens when the ride really breaks?
Just admit what you did.
It's a slasher trope. They're picking us off one by one.
This is real blood.
You want to die now or die later?
You think this is really happening, don't you?
I don't know anymore.
Go!
I'm not leaving you.
It's Slasher Sleepout, man. You're supposed to be having fun.
You scared already, Cupcake?
First things first. I just want to say that I hated the trailer.
Why?
It made the movie look like it wasn't something that I would watch. Like, it's certain things that's in trailers. Like, a trailer gotta look enticing to me for me to be like, okay, I'll watch that. Like the escape room trailer, that looks enticing. So at some point, I'm gonna watch it. Like the Conjuring trailer, enticing. Like the Halloween Kills trailer, just pure excitement for me. But like, this didn't give me any feels. So, and then it's like you can tell that the acting was
Child, I cannot wait.
So just
that was a
thing
thing for me. That was a thing for me throughout this whole entire movie. It was the acting, and it wasn't from everybody.
It was just the main character.
And yeah, I'm like, bitch, I know your back hurt. Goddamn. And it was like, it took me a second to warm up to you as well. But the trailer, they knew how to cut it. I'm gonna say that they knew how to cut it, because going back to watch it after you've seen the movie and you kind of know what you're looking at and what parts.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact I wouldn't have picked up that through parts of those trailers she had on the little hospital gown, you know, like I guess I just want to notice that. And it wasn't like the shots were blatant, but it's like if you knew what you were looking at, you're like, oh, that's that scene. Yeah.
Just based off of the trailer alone, like I said, I would not have watched that movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Off the cover art, I wouldn't watch this movie. Okay. Now look, I'm gonna say this, y'all. I'm gonna say this, survivors. Y'all know me. I'm very open to horror movies. Like, I run with the trashiest of them. This movie, I feel like had I seen this younger, I might like this a little bit more. Now, from my people who like been around the block, if y'all seen movies like Chainmail, Drive Through, Forget Me Not, what's some other ones? What's the one where they can't breathe when they go past the cemetery? I think it's really called Don't Breathe, but not the other Breathe with Mr. Lane, not that one. It's another Don't Breathe. When they go past the cemetery, they're not supposed to breathe, supposed to hold their breath, and then the whole shit start. If you've seen movies like that be hanging around Netflix, this is that type of movie.
Or watch it drunk, like I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that too. But this is what that is, y'all. So there you go. I'm gonna set that there.
Because I definitely had my big bowl of popcorn and I had a bottle, not a glass, a bottle of wine, and I watched this for the first time. So my reactions are going to be probably slightly different than actually. But let's just get into it. So the movie starts out with a dream sequence flashback, and in this dream, a man screams Alex, and then Alex wakes up in real life in the car with her boyfriend Nathan. They're on a road trip.
I like this. I think I like it because, you know, like when you really are in and out of sleep.
Yeah.
The way the cinematography is done, it's like you see blinks of her waking up and seeing the road, which they're in Chicago, by the way. I just had to throw that out there because the Midwest, yes. You see like the highway, but then you see the dream or nightmare, whatever you want to call it, and then back to the highway and then back to the flashback. So I thought that was kind of cool, or at least I picked it up. So, you know, if that's what they were trying to do, good on them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do. So they're on a road trip to go to Slasher Sleepout. It's the ultimate horror movie reenactment experience. They pull into a gas station and get out. And so as Alice is walking from the car to the bathroom, she hears something in the trunk, but she's ignored it. And honestly, my first time watching it through, I ignored it too.
It wasn't
So
until the second time, because I watched this like a minute ago, and then obviously we about to do it, so watch it again, and it wasn't until the end that I was like,
right. So this is where we meet the main characters in the movie. So when the couple goes to the bathroom, they meet Pitch and Marina, who was hoping to be the only girl, but Nathan's friend Graham backed out at the last minute. We meet Larry, who starts out flirting with Alex whenever she leaves the bathroom, not to mention that while Alex is in the bathroom, she takes a pill. And then we also meet Tim, the quiet brooder, or as Larry calls him later on in the movie, the mute witness, because he don't say shit.
okay, he if minding my business was a person, it's Tim.
Right.
And
Don't
that's just that.
Shit. Okay. So off rip, we see that Pitch and Marina are serious about winning this game. They've already done this before and have already started looking for clues. And don't back away from a little PDA because you definitely like smacked around ass.
Okay, now first of all, y'all, let me just throw this out there. This is the resident goth couple, and they are Hollywood goth couples. Okay, like walked right the fuck out of Hot Topic.
Basically,
there you go. Like they, like you, like no, like Final Destination 3 with I can't even call it Ian and Aaron. Like no, they said that, but 20 times more dark. Like yeah, no, it's not cute.
Meanwhile, Nathan didn't read the directive, so he didn't even know that they're not allowed to bring anything with them on this 36-hour venture. And so the couple looks like total newbies with their camping backpacks and shit, and everyone else has like nothing with them. So then a blue quote unquote molester van pulls up, and out pops the host of the entire game. Already, I love Larry. Because the van pulls up and Nathan is like, molester van, 6 o'clock. And then when the dude hops out, Larry's like, molester, 60 seconds. I thought that was funny.
I did too. This movie, like, I don't know, because it starts off like kind of funny, like there are jokes, like when we're about to get into that I'm about to rip and rant about. And then like all of a sudden it just drops all of that, but it doesn't, I don't know, it wasn't clicking. We'll get there.
So off rip, the host ousts Alex and Nathan for not reading the directive. And clearly, Alex has never seen Carrie because when the dude kicked her bag, a tampon dropped out. And he's like, well, I hope you don't need this. And of course, she's like, it's just in case. And he said, I suggest you go plug it up, Carrie. And Alex is like, my name's not Carrie.
Pause. I'm on my soapbox. Girl, what? How? No. I don't care if you ain't seen a horror movie in your God-given life. You know who Carrie White is. Don't play her. Don't do that. If you have a vagina, you know who Carrie is. And that I just can't. I could take it if you were born like maybe, because my niece knows who Carrie is. Like you were born like maybe after 2003. I will give you that. And no, because the 2013 remake came out. So no, girl, bad. Okay, hold on. I'm off my soapbox now because girl, you gonna get hurt.
Let's delve into these rules that these poor souls have to follow for the next 36 hours.
Because she gonna get hurt. You better get her.
So the number one rule is that you have to obey all the instructions as if God was telling them to you himself. So dude makes them sign a waiver, and they found out their experience may include, but does not limit to, sensory deprivation, heights, rough handling, and then he pushes Pitch.
Yeah, to get his point across.
Right, and then says, you can't touch us. Like, we can touch you, but you can't touch us. No, fuck
just
that.
Had to test the water.
I would have got right back in the car, because y'all ain't about to be out here doing shit to me, and I can't hit you back. Like I told them people in that haunted house that one time. But also, they'll probably experience deep water, sexual depravity, and other extreme situations. They got to give up their cell phones. And then their safe phrase is aloha, welcome to Hawaii. And as soon as they say that, there's no refunds, no nothing.
That's it.
And then they get branded with numbers and permanent marker. So once the host is finished checking them all in, he screams, "You're set." And out pops these masked creepers out the back of the van, and they put black bags, like the black hostage bags, over their heads. And meanwhile, Alex is like scrambling to get her pills out her bag. because she's like, I need my pills. But she gets them just in the nick of time.
Literally.
So now they're tied up with bags on their heads in the back of the van, and Alex manages to get hers off. They hit a bump, and Alex's head lands on Marina's lap. And Marina's a character.
She on one. First of all, my sea is so wet right now. Can you smell it? I'm
like, and Alex looks so disturbed, but I was dying laughing.
I mean, I chuckled, but I was just like, sis, like, we
just ready.
Like, cool out.
Right. The kidnappers drop them off in the middle of the woods, and Pitch doesn't hesitate to start looking for clues. He goes in the garbage across the street and finds orange backpacks with their numbers on it. They all have a special item in each of their backpacks. Marina just happens to have a gun as her special item, and there's already tension because of it. Right. Tim has a compass, so Pitch tells him to set it to 321, which is the first clue that was hanging on a tree, but not before Larry has them read a headline from a paper that was attached to his bag. Apparently, the storyline is that mental patients escape close to where they're camping out for the weekend. Mm-hmm. And then also Nathan has a key, but he decides not to tell the rest of the group about that. He just wants to keep that between him and Alex.
Right, because he has 2 bonus items, and how does that work? And I was like, okay, so how you get 2 items? I kind of was at that, because Nathan has a flashlight. Yep. Larry has these handcuffs. Pitch has a hammer, which, I mean, they use it, but it's not like
it doesn't.
It's not used for like purposely, like whatever purpose it's supposed to be for. And Alexandra has a condom, so there you go.
I'm still mad at the fact that she has a condom. Like, what?
I'm just like, now what? Like, and now I was trying to think, like, obviously it can be used for something else, but I'm like, what besides filling it with something? And like, I don't know what I don't even. Okay.
No, all right. So the crew finds their next clue, an orange lock box with a sign that says betrayal. Alex uses this opportunity to go pop a squat somewhere away from the group. And she just so happens to find more clues while she's peeing. So while everyone else is failing at figuring out the clue that she found, Alex does. And Pitch is not too happy about that.
Okay, y'all. I already told y'all his type. He has to be a male Aries. He just has to be. This nigga do not want to be outstaged at all. Like, no, he has to dominate and be in control and be the one in charge. Like, okay, it's definitely giving April Aries.
Inside the lockbox that they finally got the clue for was a bloody fake hand that was pointing to the left. So the box was kind of like situated in like a fork in the woods. So it pointed left for them to go left. So now it's nighttime and the full moon is out and the crew is still walking around the trail. And all of a sudden, Nathan's flashlight goes out. So Tim flicks his lighter like that was going to do something. And then Alex suggests that they use their glow sticks that they found in their bags. And here comes Larry with the orange glow stick trying to be funny, putting it up to his face like Sixth Sense. It's like, I see dead people. But when he lifts the glow stick over his head, there's a masked figure behind him and the group screams and just takes off running. And I died.
I just think, I don't know. I just try to figure out, like, how would I react? Because, baby, I think I would be the fuck out.
Right.
Like, as soon as I just saw something that wasn't supposed to be there, like, I don't know.
Now I would have screamed just like they did and was gone.
I don't know if I would have screamed, though. I just feel like you just would have heard. Like,
nah, I would have screamed. I would have been screaming and running at the same time. So the crew is running, right? They run into another masked figure, which forces them to run in a different direction. So Alex sees a light and they run into their camp for the night, which is a pretty cozy setup.
I was just like, okay, well, obviously this is where Tim figures out that the flashlight is being controlled, right? And that's why it went off when it did. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, so was there a path? Because how did y'all know where to scare us and which direction to scare us to get to walk to here? Was that the end point?
I think so. I was thinking that too. So I think that because I don't think they ever veered off that path.
Okay.
The path, like, that they were originally walking on. And
because
so I'm
guessing
were
following the compass.
Right. Well, no, because remember there's a fork in the road.
Right.
So I'm guessing because it was kind of like you can kind of see how the path was kind of like carved out.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that they were just like following along that carved out path, but nothing was happening. So either they made it veered off or whatever, but then people popped up to like point them in the right direction to get them to go to the camp.
Because I have a few problems similar to this throughout the movie, and y'all know me, I ain't gonna hold back. So we get there when we get there.
Larry's trying to break the ice, right? Because now Alex wanted Pitch, not Alex wanted Pitch, but Alex wanted Tim to fix the flashlight. And right. Pitch is like, why would you want to do that? It's not part of the game. So there's tension now. Larry's trying to break the tension by asking their favorite horror movies. And Marina fast goes and starts rubbing on Tim and then sits on his lap. Come to find out, they're allowed to play with other people.
It don't look like Pitch like this game.
Pitch don't like that game.
Pitch don't like this game. I sent that male Aries energy is not allowing Pitch to enjoy this game. I sensed it.
He was not here for it. So as we kind of gathered at the beginning of the movie, Alex doesn't watch horror movies. So she tells her favorite not horror movie, Dirty Dancing, and Pitch goes off the deep end with his philosophies.
It's kind of aggressive. Basically, you know how it's, y'all, we all friends here, so we can say this. Y'all know how it's those horror fans, like the gatekeepers and the ones that just be, them. This is Pitch, Pitch's favorite movie is Chaos. So if you've seen that movie, there you go. There you go. So
Alex is over it.
Yeah, Pitch is just going in. And I mean, you know what? I kind of do. Low-key a little bit agree with that, because some people who enjoy rom-coms a little bit too much, y'all do be thinking life is a game and this shit is not a game. But he ain't have to go in like that. It wasn't that serious. Just
he made her, he made her so uncomfortable. She was over it, wanting to go to bed. And Marina's like, yeah, no, let's not go to bed. Let's stay up all night. Let's play Truth or Dare. But let's just not actually play Truth or Dare for real. Let's just skip to the boring part. Let's skip the boring part and just take off all the clothes. And then she gets naked.
And now Pitch is uncomfortable. There you go.
Yep, Pitch is uncomfortable. Everyone is staring at her
and not even nobody. You know how usually y'all remember Malik from the game, and when he called girl Melanie on a stripper pole because she was trying to surprise Derwin, and he just kept fucking smiling throughout the whole episode. It wasn't even that. Everybody was literally
everybody was mad uncomfortable. What is this? So Pitch runs off in the tent and is like, I don't think it's that kind of group. And Tim is like, yeah, you should go after him. And Marina's like,
she still think it's a game.
Right. She like
that whole see you in the doghouse, Wolf. I said, girl, you really think this a game? You have to get your head knocked in between the wall. You better stop playing.
This whole time I was dying laughing because she was just with the shits. So the whole crew goes to bed, and you can hear Marina's moans echo into the dark. Meanwhile, Nathan and Alex look bored as fuck, just laying in the dark. We find out that they've never had makeup sex because they never fight. And Nathan's like, maybe it's a good thing. And Alex is a little bit too cheesy when she's like, or maybe we're just good at suppressing our feelings. Ouch.
I feel like it was just one of those dark humor jokes that just didn't land the way she thought so.
Yeah, because the way his face fell, he's like, I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart with you, a good moment, and you trying to tell me that relationship's a lie? So they have a little mini argument, and to break the tension, of course, he starts to play around with her, tickling or whatever, and tries to, get a little action Jackson, right? And she yeah, nah.
We have a sweaty balls policy.
Yep.
Thank you. And then... it was the way she just spit on her hand and was like, this is the best I can offer. But I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. The sound design in this movie was not it. It don't sound like that. It was just so overdone. A lot of the sounds in this movie, some of them I was clocking weren't even the right sound you're supposed to use. And I can't give it, it's in my notes somewhere. But, you can hear her obviously pleasuring him, but I'm it wouldn't be that loud. I get it, but it's not even a fat sound. It's more of if I have something wet and squishy in my hand and I'm moving it around, that's what it sounds like in the movie. And I'm that's not what that sounds like, but
yeah,
go off. But that's a thing throughout the entire movie is sound design. When people get cut, Like you hear the slash versus the knife slicing the skin, if that makes sense. Like it's weird.
No, Alex is just boring. Do
I
you have a
mean,
sweaty ballroom?
me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Alex, girl, you boring. All right. So in the middle of her jacking him off, someone scratches the tent, and Alex gets sidetracked. But of course, Nathan wants her to ignore it because he trying to get, trying to get his pleasure. She doesn't ignore it and opens the tent to find a creepy man haggling them. Everyone gets out their tents to handle the situation, and Larry gives the dude a granola bar, thinking that that's going to help. And he's pleased until he sees Alex, and then dude flashes Alex. Nathan blocks her, but then dude whips out a knife and slashes his arm.
Like right now, you just like it's like and I'm like, well, it's in his skin, so it wouldn't sound like that, but all right.
Right. And so they're not supposed to touch him, but now Pitch does it anyway. And that was the reason why he sliced Nathan's arm and then ran away. And it was like, so much for it being a prop. But at this point, Alex is ready to go. And she says half of the safe phrase, but then Nathan stops her and tells her, I'm going to thug it out. So this is when Larry and Alex, after this whole scene dies down, they have like a nice chat around a fizzled out campfire before they both go to bed. And Alex is scared at this point because she's starting to think that it's real. And Larry, trying to ease her fears with statistics, but also he's kind of like planting some shit in her head.
And this is where I figured it out. This is exactly because it was already like the pill thing, and I was like, okay, so clearly she got something going on. Like the second time when they made the pills a thing before they got napped, I was like, okay, so there we go. Then when he goes, the real twist is one of us could be the patient. I'm like, okay, so clearly something is going on with homegirl. And it made me think of a few other movies, but I don't want to spoil them for you because you probably haven't seen them. But I'll say this for my survivors. And don't go look it up, Johnny. It's a John Carpenter film that has, I won't say the main character, I'll say one of the side characters. Danielle Panabaker is in it. So there you go.
I know what movie you're talking about.
Oh, you do? Okay, great. So it reminded me of that. And I was like, this is the ward. So, okay, now yeah.
It's Wrong Turn 4, right?
No, I just said the name of it, but since you didn't hear it, just act like you didn't hear it. Especially right after this happens, she has another little flashback, nightmare, dream, whatever you want to call it. And this one is more clear that clearly someone's like trying to wake her up from something. So, we already know she on the pills. So obviously it gotta be either alcohol or drugs.
Yep. So they wake up because she gets scared awake out of the dream. And when she gets scared awake, Nathan gets scared awake. And so, everyone leaving their tent and they find another clue. And once they find the clue, they're like, okay, Tim, where you at, boo? And of course, Pitch is jealous that Marina asked for Tim's whereabouts. Right. But Tim gone. Like all his stuff is gone. He gone. So the clue has bloody fingers pointing in the direction that they're supposed to go in and look for clues. Marina ends up being paired off with Alex. And while they're looking for clues, they end up having girl talk. And this is where Marina admits for real that she's poly. And Alex is very judgmental of the situation. But turns out Alex overdosed on heroin and Nathan is a cognitive behavioral therapist. And they met when she was in rehab. Yeah,
which makes all the sense. It's like oh gosh, like soon as that came out, I was like, oh, okay,
right. And then this is when Marina finds her clue and takes off running and leaves her. And
I'm just like, you bitch, like
right.
And I'm like, it's for plot because you wouldn't do that, literally for plot. Because I mean, okay, yeah, Marina is a bit of like a ditzy, fast asshole character, but I feel like you would at least like, I don't fucking know, like maybe she had to go to the bathroom too and they go separate ways because we don't pee in front of each other. Not all the time. I mean, in public bathrooms, yes, but not out in the woods, no. But I don't know, like just to have her run off, like, I don't know. It just seemed like the character is childish, but that was like 10 childish.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was like, this is for plot, but go off.
So now Alex is left alone and she's trying to find her number because when Marina found her clue, there was a wood plank hanging off the tree with her number on it. And so now Alex has to go find her number. So when she gets to her number, she doesn't see the clue. So she decides to pop another squat. This is when she realized she's on her period. So she goes to plug it up, but then blood drips from the tree onto her toilet paper. And that's when she looks up and sees Tim's dead body on the branch. And she starts screaming and takes off running back to the crew. But when they go back, she gets everyone. And when they go back to see it for themselves, there was nothing there but her clue that she was supposed to find, which was a finger.
I'm talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer trunk clean, like Max in the trunk. I'm talking about clean, like blood nowhere. Like you would at least think that she left. First of all, she was out of there. She was gone. I don't even think she plugged it up.
Nope.
Like I just think that she's free dripping right now. Gravity is in gravity's hands at this point. And you would think like since he was hanging in the tree, there would be like some traces of blood. Like I'm telling y'all, it's like that trunk. And I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like it's pristine clean.
And and Marina actually looked up at the tree to see if there was blood. And she was like, there's no blood.
Yeah. Pitch don't care. He just, did you find a finger?
Right.
And then got really blowed when he was like, well, she should just do us a favor and say the safe word. I would have,
Right. Because he thinks that she cracked. So now this is where Nathan thinks that she probably cracked too and tells her to take her another pill. And she's like, yeah, that's not how this works. These are antidepressants and not an antipsychotic. And once she takes it, this is when Alex figures out the next clue. And they open the lock cooler. It's spelled out Faker. And they open the lock cooler to find Tim's compass.
And Pitch is still mad. Still mad. Like, they're cheating. Boy, shut up. Like, you mean to tell me that you haven't played those games where you got to shuffle around all the letters to make as many words as you can and you couldn't figure that out? Please save it.
So now the hobo is back. And Tim runs off to get him with the handcuffs that he stole from Larry while Larry was sleeping. And now Marina is over at Pitch's shit and is like, look, you're being a dickhead. Everyone's just playing for fun. Give the handcuffs back. And Pitch is like, you fucked him, you whore.
How did we get here? How did we get here? Why do y'all do this, men that do this? Why?
And now he's pointing the gun. Like, I'm so mad because he like points the gun at them. Because he's like, yeah, no. But it's kind of funny though, because Larry's like, now wait a minute. I'm a virgin. I would remember if I fucked her. I thought that was cute. But this is why he got the gun pointed at everyone. This is where the hobo sneaks up behind him. The hobo doesn't do anything really. He just kind of like looks at
Alexandra's attention.
Yeah, and it's like, shh. But Pitch sees Alex's face look all crazy and bugged out. So then he points the gun at her and is like, what do you see? So Alex points and says, I saw the hobo. He went that way. And Pitch runs after him. And now Marina's like, yeah, nah, we got to get the gun and hammer from him. But then out comes Pitch with the hobo. And the hobo ends up one-upping Pitch and slits his throat and drags him further into the woods.
Oh,
and then, right. So they check the blood, right? And it's warm and smells like blood, which Marina knows because she revealed earlier that she's a nurse. And then she screams the safe phrase a few times and nothing happens. So she runs off into the woods screaming it over and over again. And then you hear like a hatchet sound and her screaming stops.
And again, we would not hear that. Like if anything, maybe the gurgle and a thud, but we would not hear her getting stabbed. Like it was so loud. I was just like, okay.
And then this is where Larry's phone rings.
His ankle. Yep. I was like, is he on house arrest? That's not how this works. But it was just a phone.
He had a burner phone in his sock. So instead of answering the phone like, hey, there's a killer, help, oh my God, he's like, yo, I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of some shit. It hangs up. So they run further into the woods and then Larry, decides I'm gonna call 911 after Alex convinces him to.
No. After the fucking Alex accused him of being a drug dealer, and I did not like that. Don't be all in his business, girl. And then I was like,
but then he was like, do you want
something?
That was funny.
Girl, get out of his business. It don't matter. Like, damn, you got your skeletons.
Here's the thing. How 911 hang up on you?
I mean, it was aggressive. He was cussing. He used that cuss word. I didn't know they did that. Do they really do that?
I don't think they do that.
Because that's messed up. Because I mean, you
Right.
could just be panicking and just curse. Like, I know I curse when I get panicked, so it depends on the situation. But like, y'all hear me on this show every week. Like, I am liable to just drop a bomb.
Yeah, the lady got mad and hung up. But then someone decides to call back and ask them, do they want to die now or later? And the person tells them, okay, if you want to die later, then put the phone on the ground and smash it. But Larry moves too damn slow, ends up getting shot.
That was Nathan's fault. That was Nathan's fault. Like, first of all, the thing is, it's too many people telling him what to do. If it was me, I just would have threw the phone. I just would have threw it. I wouldn't have even, I just would have threw it. Like, I ain't even in my hands somewhere. I don't even know where it's at. Like, come on. Mm-mm. But what happens?
The voice on the phone calls out to Alex and tells her they know everything. And when she turns around, there's a bag over Nathan, and then the bag gets put over her head, and they're taking it yet again.
Yet again. And this time, you know what? I was just like where are we going this time? Like, what's gonna happen? Where are we gonna end up? These mofos end up on the beach. And
Yep.
I'm just like, honestly, I would have just sat there and just enjoyed it. I mean,
Not Alex.
no.
She freaks out, realizes she's changed to something in the water, and she looks and sees another body further down. She goes to it, takes the bag off his head, and sees that it's not Nathan, but it's Jared, the guy who has been in her flashbacks. Jared was drugged at a bar and brought to the beach. Alex reveals to him, I'm at this Slasher Sleepout camp, and Jared is like, yeah, nah, I had a friend who did this before. They don't kidnap people. Whole
Right, this
time,
ain't that.
right. Whole time we find out that Nathan brought her a sobriety necklace, but this bitch was cheating 6 weeks ago and calls Jared whenever she's tired of being the good girl.
So basically, she's shooting and sleeping around, y'all.
Yep.
And I'm just like, damn, like, okay, well.
So Jared gets mad because he's like, you using me as a play toy or whatever. So he yanks the chain on his leg. Whole time they're actually chained together. So Alex goes underwater to investigate and sees that they're chained to a concrete block underwater. Jared finds a key while she's underwater, but one of them has to go in the water in order for them to get it. Jared, of course, volunteers as tribute. He can only hold his breath for 42 seconds, though. Alex reaches the key, and there's spikes at the base. She puts the key in the lock, but it gets stuck, so she yanks on it, and attached to the other end of the key is Nathan.
In a BDSM outfit.
Yep.
Not a full outfit, just the top, but yes.
So that his arms can't move. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Jared is probably drowning in the water, so she yanks him down the hill, more than likely to his death, because there's spikes at the bottom of the base of the key thing, and runs back in the water to save Jared.
Now stop. Now stop right there, because I got issues with this scene. Now I'm just gonna start right here. What if Alexandra decided that she was gonna go back in the water because she was already wet? What was gonna be? How are we gonna do this? Were you just gonna like deal with Jared then? Like, y'all know this is a spoiler at this point. I ain't gonna go all the way into it, but y'all, we know what we know at this point. And yeah. So there's that. What were you gonna do? Then the spikes weren't even attached to the ground, so you could have moved those,
right,
and still ran for Jared, and everything would have been fine. Also, Miss Ma'am, she went deep in that water to go find him. Like, I mean, all the way deep.
She went all the way back to the block.
So I'm pretty sure Nathan would have been a little more fucked up than he was when you found him. I'm just saying. So when I came back in the water, and I know you're like freaked out, I just feel like I would have been a little more like, only your leg, that's it. Like, it didn't because girl, you were swimming. You were you were swimming.
Yeah.
But just the leg, just the side of the left leg, and that's it. Like, just a little graze.
Yep.
You didn't think
he didn't get impaled.
And then I might as well just keep going while I'm on the road. Why the fuck you out here lying? Why is you lying?
Jared is gone. We didn't mention this, but Jared is gone. He's not in the water anymore.
No, he's not. It was empty. The cuff was empty.
Right. So keep going.
Why are you out here lying, sis? I get it. Like, I know things get weird when you got a new man and your ex is involved or whatever have you. But why are you lying? Like, all you had to do was just say, like, I don't know what's going on because y'all playing a game. Y'all don't know what's going on. You could have been just as confused. Everything would have been fine. Jared is here. He was attached to me and da da da. That's a man. A man is in the water and he pulled me. A man. And Nathan's like, what man? Like, after everything that just happened, all Nathan is concerned about is this man. And I'm just like, clearly he knows. He knows his man. Like,
yep, he knows. But then
it's gaslights her.
And then the other thing that kind of got me too was that when she dragged herself out the water, she totally forgot about Nathan until he screamed for help.
Exactly. Like, I guess it was just like the overall shock of it all. You just had to take a second. But I still feel like I would have been like, okay, one, now I gotta go get the other. But you know what? I kind of don't care because Nathan gaslights her again, talking about he didn't see nobody and ask if she takes the pill. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you're a therapist. So you know damn well under versus over. So why would you make her take the pill again? I know why, but why would you make her take that pill again, knowing under versus over? Why? And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about out there, when you are on meds of any kind and you don't know if you taking them or not, it's always better to just not take it. Because if you did take it and then you take some more, you know, it might not be too good. So it's always under versus over. And you know that. Boy,
she let him, I guess she was so in distress that she let him punk her into taking another one because he told her, you know, we're not leaving until you take this pill. Like, we're gonna take the pill and then we can leave. And I don't trust him.
I'm gonna tell you something. Based off the way he looked, I ain't trust him. Like, he just looked like I'm not supposed to trust him. Y'all, am I lying? I'm not. He just looked like he looked like in the face looked like I'm not supposed to trust him. Like, gone.
Once they leave the beach, Nathan decides to tell her that, you know, this isn't all your fault. Graham isn't sick. I lied. He's not sick. I just told him not to come because, you know, I was scared to leave you alone. Thought she was going to overdose. No, bitch. He thought that she was going to cheat again. So
exactly. In other words, he no.
Right.
Then, oh my gosh, I just feel like if I was Alex at this point, I wouldn't know what to think. I just saw my ex disappear in the water to me. My new dude done got sliced in the leg. He making me take pills. We done found out this gun that we had, the bullets are blanks. Keep a tab on that, but the bullets is blanks, and now the flashlight works, so that gotta mean something. Like, it's too much. It's too much.
Yep. Too much. So now it's nighttime, right? They're still walking through the woods because, you know, they did their inventory, walking through the woods, whatever. They find the costume, a costume of the masked people from the night before. So Nathan takes it, but then the flashlight goes out again and someone grabs Nathan by the ankle and drags him into a hole. So now, to make up for trying to kill him earlier, Alex is not letting go of him. But then he gets dragged further into the hole completely.
Alex, you gotta run. You gotta run, Alex. You gotta run. Girl, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I would have been out. And I'll be honest now, this did kind of get me when I first seen the hand come out the ground because that hadn't happened yet in this movie. And I was like, whoa, we taking a turn, but no.
Yeah, grabbed him in the hole, and then in the hole, you don't really see him get killed, but apparently he gets stabbed because you hear the stabbing sound, and then blood splashes on her face. But the whole time, one of those other masked people is behind her, just staring at her, and she sees him and takes off running. But then she gets smart, right? And she actually puts on the costume that Nathan stole off the tree and sneaks up on the dude that was chasing her and knocks him down. Dude takes off his mask, convinces her that, you know, it's still just a game. You know, I'm going to take you to base camp, because she was about to beat the shit out of him with that 2x4.
Really was.
But he ends up, she actually, you know, fell for it. And he ends up knocking her down and was like, I'm going to destroy you. But then she pulls out the gun and pulls the trigger and actually shoots him. So here's the difference. When he shot off that blank earlier, it was the sound of a BB gun. This time when she shot the gun, it was actually like a real gunshot sound. Right. And he started bleeding.
Yes. So there you go. One was blank, one was real. And the look on her face, she couldn't even take it. And then of course the body fall on top of her. She just
Right.
real bugged out at this point. Like I felt kind of bad. And of course, on cue, the
Police
police show up.
sirens.
And I'm like, okay, continue.
She runs towards the police lights and she's freaking out. And the police is like, yo, we got to call about a patient that escaped. You good? You hurt? You're covered in blood. And she's like, it's not my blood. And he's like, it's not your blood. All right, boom, I'm putting like this gun on you because you probably crazy as fuck. So then he tells her to approach the hood of the vehicle, bend over and spread your pussy. Sir, what?
Cleaned it up real quick just in case you didn't hear me. I said, approach the hood, lean over, and spread your legs.
So then he asked her if her name is Alexandra, and she said yes. And then he starts to search her, but then you hear a cracking sound, and she turns around, and the dude is actually dead on the ground now. Next snap, whole time the hobo did it. So she runs off into the woods, and I don't know why she didn't just hop into the open car, but
And
she
drive
didn't.
off.
Right, she didn't. She just ran into the woods, and she got to a building, banged on the door for someone to help her and let her in. And the door magically unlocks and opens and she goes in. I, for one,
Would not have went
in.
in. No,
Right.
like if I'm banging on, and it's a hard door, y'all. It's like a back door, hard door, and it's not opening, and it just like clicks and opens. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I would not have gone in there. But she did. And when she goes inside, there are people inside. There's a couple of people inside. It's a bar and the lights are off. She sees a postcard behind the bar that says, Aloha, welcome to Hawaii. And then on the bar, she sees Slasher Sleepout flyers on the bar. And then the creepy tour guide from the beginning of the movie is the bartender and asks her what she's drinking. She freaks out and backs into Pitch, who we thought was dead. She freaks out again and sees Marina, then the cop, the dude she shot in the woods, and then
She's just seeing everybody.
Yeah,
everybody is there, making her think she's going crazy. Like they all surrounding her, the fingers, all of that, closing in on her. It's a mind F, y'all.
But then Nathan yells, that's enough. And the game ends and he convinces her, that it's all good. And then everyone starts clapping and shit. And at that point, I'd have been like, nah, I'm breaking up with you. Like, this is some fuck shit.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is too much. Like, if y'all haven't figured it out, this whole thing was a ruse. Like, the whole thing was a ruse. The way he dressed it up, it was supposed to be like a scared straight type situation. But I'm like, Nick, what? If anything, I'm fucking traumatized.
So I think for Pitch and Marina, it was actually real because
they ended up doing a
zombie. When they died, Pitch ended up in a zombie escape room, but he was actually chloroformed, and his neck slice was pig's blood. But Marina, since she said the safe word, she got to be a zombie in his escape room. Right. So
Larry was a plant,
right? And then the hobo congratulated her on being a good sport, but refused to tell her how they did it because he didn't want to ruin the magic and for her to post all their secrets on the internet. And then the band plays because they have a Slasher Sleepout band, and now they can party. But Alex cannot let go of that beach situation. So she's walking around the bar looking for Jared, and he ain't there. And so now I want to know where the fuck Jared at. So they leave the bar in Nathan's car, and Alex is texting Jared looking for him. So they start talking about the experience, and Nathan reveals that, after I was drugged, I woke up at the bar and everyone else was there. But Alex is still very much shook. So Nathan's like, mind if we stop for a second? No, I don't trust you, nigga. Take me home. I don't want to stop.
Okay, you already done did too much. And of course, they stop at the gas station that we started with in the beginning.
Right. And
it was already, like, if you peeped, Alex was already shifty because she like texting at her phone, and when Nathan speak to her, she flipping it over. I'm like, girl, you acting like he can't see you. He's sitting like a foot away from you. Like, right. You hot.
And then this is the part where I was like, how did they get the car to the bar? Because
I did not think of that. Y'all definitely left them cars at the gas station.
Right. They left the cars at the gas station, like the bags at the gas station, everything. I know that the host had their phones, so that made sense as to why she had the phone. Mm-hmm. But excuse me, everything else they left at the gas station. So when they park, oh my gosh.
Woo, dying over there.
I know. When they park, Nathan goes to use the bathroom, seemingly, and Alex gets out and calls Jared. But then she hears ringing in the trunk of the car and opens it, and of course, there's Jared. And I knew I didn't trust his crazy ass. Not Jared's crazy ass, the boyfriend's crazy ass. So then Nathan comes back around from a different direction and asks her, like, what you doing, babe? And she's like, the game's starting again. Oh my God. The man from the beach is in the trunk and he
I'm
needs
like,
help.
and still, you still lying. Like at this point, sis, he's
Give it
in
up.
your trunk. Like you
Right.
have to know that you need to give it up. Like, girl, come on. The man, shut up. Just say Jared.
So Nathan is looking at her like she crazy, like how we all are. And so at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe she is having a psychotic break. But no, dude was really in the trunk, and Nathan reveals that Nathan is fucking crazy. 13 months together, supporting you through your recovery, and tonight you watch me sacrifice my life for you. You still lying to me.
Basically, y'all, Nathan did all of this to get Alex to stop lying to him. He knew about it all. He knew about her sleeping and shooting around.
Yep.
Graham owns Sleeper Slash Out. So this is how all of that was able to happen. Basically, Nathan set this whole fucking thing up.
Yep.
Jared was high as hell at the bar, so that's how they nabbed him. And then, then we find out, wow, the antidepressants that Alex was taking whole time was Oxy.
Yep.
So sis was still on,
She was high as a kite this whole entire time.
Okay. And then he tries to sweeten it up, talking about this weekend was to save her. And I'm like, how? It seems like gaslighting. It seems like there was a lot of gaslighting and traumatic experiences going on. Then, yes, to make her prove her love to him, he pulls out a knife, but first of all, homegirl was on it because she thought she was finna get stabbed. She was about to run again. She was not fucking ready. Okay. She talking about some help. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody at that goddamn gas station. There's nobody around but y'all. Okay. But he's like, nah, if what Nikki say in her song, he ain't gonna hesitate if I tell him to shank something. That's what Nathan wanted. So he put that knife down and said, what you gonna do, sis? And she wasn't about to bust no moves. She no. So what does Nathan do? He gets mad and he go ahead and shank something and gets even madder when Alex responds to Jared dying. He is upset.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because it's like I was gonna take him back to the bar and dump him, but he kind of failed the test at the beach. Now he got to die.
I'm just first of all,
did you cry like that for me when you pulled me down the fucking hill? Because that hurt pretty bad.
She said sorry. I mean, I guess that wasn't enough because he definitely Rashad and Nude her sobriety necklace.
Yes.
But then I can't laugh because trigger warning, y'all, I forgot to say this. This Nick, y'all know why she had that condom? Because if he wasn't going to get it one way, he was going to get it another. This motherfucker choked Alex out and then going to tell Jared.
Look, choked her out and tells her, I can't wait to fuck you without hearing you whine about it the whole time. Sir. Bye. So you want to fuck a dead body?
An unconscious body. I don't think he was going to kill her at that point. I think he was just trying to knock her out. Just, have her unconscious for a little bit. I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm not defending him. But then this nigga gonna say, hey, Jared, basically telling him to watch. And oh my God, I'm just this is disgusting. This is so disgusting. But it's okay. It's okay. Because I did think that Jared was gonna come out the trunk and save last minute, before she gets choked out. But basically what happened is Alex fakes it. She didn't really get choked out. She just passed out, whatever, faked it. And she ends up shanking Nathan with her sobriety necklace. But I'm like, it had to be some force behind that necklace because it can't be that sharp. That's
actually, so that necklace was actually specially made and it was going to be really sharp, but they had to dull it down so that she could wear it the whole entire time. Because at first it was sharp.
Oh, wow. I can see that. Okay, because obviously it's made for the movie. But first of all, sis then just goes ham and just continues to stab Nathan. I counted 19 times, but I'm just it's a crime of passion, as they would say in true crime world. But now
overkill, Trent, stabby, stab, stab.
I'm just she messed up for real now because now it's 2 dead bodies in the parking lot. What you gonna do? Just drive off with the body in the trunk and one just laid out? Where the hell do you even go from there?
She was effectively ruined.
True. And goddamn, that's the end of the movie. I hate it. I don't know. I just hated that ending. That's why I didn't even. Yeah, it was. Yeah, this movie. It like I said, I know if I had seen this younger, I probably would feel a different way towards it. But watching it at this age, I'm just like a lot of things I figured out. The acting was not there. The characters, they were like, it was like when I found out Marina was a nurse, I was like, what? Because it was just random. And I'm not saying girls like that can't do things like that. I'm not saying that at all. It was just like such a switch that I just wasn't prepared for. And I'm not hung up on it, but I'm just pointing things out in this movie that kind of like sent me in a different direction other than liking this. Like the concept is cool, but it's kind of like once you've seen it, you've seen it. And although I haven't seen it like with a game setting, it's just like, nah. All right. I don't even know if I would make this a cleaning movie, you know?
Actually, I'm with you. So, kind of, sort of. So, with the way this movie started, I really did think it was going to be whack, but I actually kind of enjoyed it.
As soon as the beach stuff happens, even that was fine. But it was like right after that, that's when the movie is just like, eh.
Yeah. And but then, like I said at the beginning of the movie, well, the beginning of this episode before we started, I was also drinking wine. So I thought that maybe my opinion was skewed. But then when I watched it for the second time sober, and I still enjoyed it, minus her acting. I mean, she did sell it. I feel like she did carry the movie, but sometimes her acting was a little eh. But I thought it was great. Like when after listening to the commentary, all of the clues mapped to what Alex was actually doing to Nathan. So like that betrayal clue, she was betraying him. That faker clue, she was faking about being sober.
And I picked that up. And you know I like clever stuff like that, but that still was not enough for me. Like it was just like it was very like I can see this being on TV. This could be a TV horror movie and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I know had I seen this younger, I would probably think more of this movie. Like I feel like this is a good intro to horror movie. Like if you want to watch horror movies with someone younger and you're just like, I mean, yeah, it deals with some drugs and stuff, but I mean, like, stop being so soft, y'all. Like it's gonna happen at some point. They gonna see it. But you know, like I will watch this like with one of my teenage nieces and nephews. Like if they wanted to watch a horror movie, I'd be like, okay, y'all can watch this, I guess. I probably would not. This probably would not be the first thing I showed them. I'm not a bad auntie. I would definitely put them on to something else. But I'm just saying, like, this is something that can be in that category.
This movie got a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb and an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. What do you give this movie?
I played around with this rating because I'm just like, I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it a 54.
Wow.
Because I mean, like I said, like it's like, but it ain't all that. And I mean, like, you know how we rate movies here. We're just rating the movie. It's not like we're comparing them to everything else we did. You're just rating it on its own. And yeah, it's 55. That's what she gives me. I mean, 55, 54. Y'all heard me the first time.
You're going to be surprised at what I gave it.
Probably, because I'm telling you, if you rated this higher than Sleepaway Camp, I'm ending this call.
Well, you're just going to have to hang up on me then, because I rated it at 80.
What the fuck? Wow.
I liked it. Surprisingly. Despite the bad acting. I liked it.
Wow. Y'all hear this shit, survivors? And I wasn't even trying to cuss like that on this show. I know I did, but it wasn't as loose as it usually is. Man, what?
I liked it.
You know what? I'm just okay. I'm gonna end that. I'm ending this. Can we go to the souvenir shop? Because I don't even want to know. That's crazy.
You can go to the souvenir shop.
It seems you survived. Well, before you go, join us in the souvenir shop.
So, this movie doesn't have any souvenirs that I could find because it's a Shudder exclusive. But the only thing that I would come up with is actually doing something similar to this, like a immersive horror game type experience. Because I've actually had a couple that I wanted to do, like if Surviving Jason was still around, I would want to go to Arizona and do it. But this seems like it would be kind of fun. So if there was something like this for real, I would do it.
I could agree with that. I would say that if you wanted to, obviously I'm always into merch. So Sleepaway Camp, and I forgot to mention this last time because I was just so excited. Usually when we do big movies like that, I get really excited and I be having so much to say that I forget things. So Sleepaway Camp has like, I want to say it's Scream Factory that did this, but it's called the Survival Kit and it's all 3 movies, but it's like packaged in a first aid kit.
That's cute.
Yeah, so I would do that for Slasher Sleepout, but it would have like
everything orange.
I mean, not even that. It would just have like different little items in there, like maybe like the T-shirt or the key, like different items from the movie. Like obviously you're not about to use them nowhere, but it would just be stuff like that.
Yeah, I from the commentary I picked up that everything was orange because that just became like the theme colors for their slash sleepaway camp, activity or Slasher Sleepout activity. So Larry, it was kind of given away that Larry was the plant because he had the orange glow stick.
Mm-hmm.
So that was trying to give it away or whatever. But orange was like the colors of the Slasher Sleepaway, whatever. So everything could probably be orange as a souvenir.
My head is still spinning that you gave this movie an 80.
And
you rated this higher than, and like I said, we don't compare movies and be like, oh well, I like this more, I didn't like this. We don't do that. But I just still like, wow. Somewhere Aunt Martha is tying a ribbon on her finger to remember this moment. Wow. I just had to have a moment. But it's fine. You ready to run these park announcements?
Yes, ma'am.
That was 4 out of 5 for your Camp 180. We about to wrap up July, y'all. I cannot wrap my mind around this. Like, is our summer ending? Like, what the heck? Like, come on, man. I mean, y'all know we love fall, but I'm just saying, I just like the hot weather. But anyway, next week we will be talking about the big camp daddy of them all. That is Jason Voorhees. So make sure you watch Friday the 13th before we link up next week. In the meantime, you can hang out with us on Instagram at D180 Podcast or on Twitter at the same name, D180 Podcast. Remember, our season 1 will be over in October, so that means we only get August and September for themes left. If you want to submit for those themes, put your movie choices in. You can go to our IG, check out our park themes highlight where you can see what the themes will be for August and September. And then you can hit us up either through our DMs or email us if you want to be a little more formal, type, at destination180podcast@gmail.com. Remember, you can do your survivor submissions, movies, themes. If you just want to give feedback or just say what's up, hit us up. We'll talk to you, whatever. But other than that, don't forget to leave us a review. Y'all have been so kind to us, but we still need them reviews so we can get up on the charts, honey. And that's pretty much it. Y'all have y'all assignment for next week. And go listen to that bonus episode because we had fun. So go listen to that.
Please listen to it.
But other than that, we're going to let y'all go. We'll see you soon, survivors.
Bye.